Hi guys, it's Hayley. Welcome back to my channel. So today I have a makeup tutorial for you and we will be recreating this look right here. So if you like the look of this, just keep on watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe and hit the notification bell, and please forgive me for the noises you may hear outside. It's absolutely boiling in the UK at the moment and I'm having to have the window open to be able to film this for you. So please forgive me on that, and hopefully it's not too noisy. Without further ado, let's get into this video. So first we're going to go in with the Pro Base Moisturiser Primer. I use this all the time when I'm doing my makeup application. Just going to pop a bit on the back of my hand and we're just going to apply this to the skin. Again, make sure you've got clean hands when applying this. Next we're going to go in with the eyebrows, and we will start by using, I'm going to use a brow pencil this time. Just to give a bit of a more ombre look brow. So we're going to start with the spoolie at the end. Just going to lift our brows up like so, and then we're just going to lift up the brow and run the pencil underneath. I do take it at the top as well because I like a little bit more definition, and then again just lifting the front up and taking that through, just creating slight brow hairs for a more natural looking brow. Again, we're going to start with this one. My brows really need sorting out, so I'm glad that the beauticians can start doing eyebrows now. Then we just turn back to our spoolie and we're just going to comb through that like so. So next we're going to go on to our eyes. So for eye base, we're going to use the P. Louise Base Pro in Rumour 2. So that's this one. Now we're just going to pop this on the back of our hand. Take a flat brush like this, nice and skinny at the top but flat, so that we can have nice precision across the brow arch. And we're just going to dab that onto the product here. We're then going to take our brow up again and we're going to just carve underneath the brow and onto the lid to create a base for our eyeshadow. At first you might need to take your time with this, but obviously once you get used to doing it, like anything, you become a little bit quicker. I'm just going to pop that all over the lid. I'm just going to pat that down, and then we're going to take the other side again, just packing the product on the brush, and we're going to take it underneath the brow arch, just carving out that shape, and then again just pat it into the eyelid to create that base for your shadow. Okay, so that is your eyebrows done and your eye base on. So next we're going to go into eyeshadow. So for eyeshadow we are going to use the Doll Sweet Treat Mud Pie and Mochaccino's palette, which looks like this. Now I'm lucky enough to live next to Doll Beauty. I live probably 10 minutes down the road. I'm very, very lucky to live next to such a fantastic brand like Doll Beauty. The girls in there are absolutely beautiful. They are brilliant and they make you feel so, so welcome. So obviously I am going to support our local brands, and that one is Doll Beauty for me. So we're going to use this palette to do our eyes today. So in here we have all our shadows, and then we have two Doll Beauty pigments at the top also. So today, to start, we're going to go in with Sugar and Spice, I think. So let's have a little look at Sugar and Spice and see how that sits on the eyes. So we're going to go in with a medium-sized blending brush, also from Doll Beauty. Just going to take some of that Sugar and Spice, tap off, and then we're just going to take this in the crease and just above the crease, just to create that pretend crease if you've got hooded eyes. So we're just going to take this in circular motions. Now just really focus on getting your shape, and you can always work on building the colour up once you've got your shape. So don't worry about colour or pigment for now. You don't really have to worry about that with Doll Beauty shadows anyway, because they're really pigmented. So they give you a really good colour payoff first anyway. You might just want to go in a couple of times just to intensify that, or to build the colour once you've put other shades on top. Now you always use your eyeball as a guide, so you're going to use that rounded shape. And I'm going to take mine right into the inner corner, and now I'm just building up that colour. Now this look is so simple and easy, and again, like I've said in previous videos, that's exactly what I want. Nice easy tutorials for you all to follow. I don't want anything to feel like it's beyond you, because it's really not. So we're just going to go, so obviously I've took that quite high, which is the look I want. If I took it too low, I would lose all of the colour, so we want to take it a little bit higher. Especially for date night, you want it to look really glam. So we're going to take that there like that, and then we're just going to go back into this eye. So next, we need to blend this outer edge of this, and we need to blend it in with a nice colour that's going to complement the colour below. So for that, we're going to use the colour Banana Shake, I think, which is this one here. So for that, we're going to use a smaller brush. So I'm going to use the Blank Canvas E10 brush, which is a really small blending brush. And it's great to really get that half definition on your eye. So I'll show you what I mean by that now. We're just going to dab into that Banana Shake, tap off any excess, and then we are just going to go halfy, so half onto the sugar and spice and then half off. So that's going to happily blend them two colours together, and then you won't have a harsh edge or a harsh strip of colour. You're just going to blend them together. I'm just going to take that sugar and spice again and just build up this colour here. Okay, going to go back into Banana Shake, tap off the excess and just blend away. And this is the look you're left with, all blended and not too harsh of colours. So next we need to focus on the lid. So for the lid, I am going to use some Acid Rain P. Louise Blank Canvas. Now this is more like a paint consistency. It is an eye paint, so it is what it is, I suppose. So all we're going to do with this is pop a little bit on the back of the hand again, and we're going to use this just to slightly lighten that crease so that we can put a pigment onto there. So what we're going to do is we're just going to take a fluffy brush. Now a lot of people cut their crease, and I do like a cut crease, I just don't like it all the time. So all we're going to do is use a brush just to paint that. I'm just trying to find a brush that I can use for it. Yeah, it's fine. So this is just a Morphe M321 brush, which looks like this. And all we're going to do is take the paint, so it's this one here. We're just going to take the paint. As you can see, it's a thicker consistency to the eye base, and it really blanks out your lid. But we're only going to take it very slightly. We're not cutting the crease, we're not going to be very detailed on this, we're just getting a nice clean base so we can put some pigment onto there. So all we're going to do is we're going to take the lid and we're just going to pop some of this onto the lid. If you were cutting your crease, you would use a nice flat brush similar to the one that we cut our brows out with. So we're just going to apply this onto the lid. And I'm just taking mine slightly higher than the crease, just so that we can see the pigment when it's on. Otherwise, if I kept it just below my crease, you wouldn't really see any of the pigment. So we're just going to go above. So we're just going to, like I said, go over onto the lid. We're not being too precise with this, we just want a blank area to apply pigment. So just loading up my brush again with the paint and going to the other side, like so. So all we're going to do then is just take another fluffy brush. So we're going to take a bigger fluffy brush this time, and this is just from a Morphe set, so it doesn't have a number. So then we're just going to blend that into our shadows like so. So you've got that nice clean eyelid. Okay, so just to build them colours up again, we're going to go back in with them shades. So Sugar and Spice again, just get rid of the excess, and we're just going to pop that where we had it before, but obviously above that blank canvas that's on the lid. And this is just to increase the colour. You're not changing the shape, you're just adding more pigment to it. Then we're going to go in with the Banana Shake again, tap off excess and just blend them edges. So we're just going to do the same with the other side. Take the Sugar and Spice pigment and we're just going to intensify that colour. So then just to deepen the outer edge, we're going to go in with a darker colour. So for that we're going to use Mochaccino, which is this one here. Okay, so that's a really dark deep brown. And for that we are going to go in with a pencil brush, just to kind of get the product onto the skin. So this is the 230 Luxe pencil brush from Zoeva. And we're just going to pop some of that Mochaccino onto that, just tapping off the excess. And then we're going to bring this just into the outer edge of the eye, just to bring a bit of deepness into that eye and a bit of darkness. Okay, so we're just going to bring that slightly into the crease and just to the outer edge, like so. Now we're going to take another little brush. So this one is the Morphe M562 brush, and we're just going to blend that. Now this doesn't have to be too precise because you are going to put a pigment over it. So if we just do the other side, so I'm just going to take this slightly over onto the lid. Just going to go over that just to blend it in a little bit. So this is what we're left with. So next we're going to go in with the NYX glitter primer. So this is the one here. You can get this from Boots, you can get it from NYX stores, you can get it online. And we're just going to pop a little bit onto the back of the hand. This lasts ages as well. I use my glitter with a lot of my looks. I really like a nice glitzy eye. So I just use an old brush. This is just an old Wet n Wild brush. And then all we're going to do is just pop this onto the eyelid. This is why it doesn't really matter if you're that precise with your outer corner. We are going to take the pigment up, so make sure you cover the whole of that blank canvas that you've got. Obviously if you don't have blank canvas you can use any concealer, and that is your glitter glue on. So next we're going to go in with the pigment Humbug, which is, like I said, the Doll Beauty pigment in Humbug, and it's this beautiful, got a little bit of an iridescent kind of greeny colour to it, shift to it. So all we're going to do is we're just going to pop that all over that glitter glue that you've just popped down. Now obviously I know that this look isn't for everybody. The look can be for everyone, but not everyone will like this pigment or having pigment on their eyes. So you can always use a nice shimmer out of one of your eyeshadow palettes. You can just go with a nice matte colour over the lid. You don't need to have this shimmer on if you don't like it. And we're just literally going to take that just above the crease, just so you can see it. Really, really simple. And these pigments are absolutely beautiful. They go on so nice and they are so shimmery. So that is the pigment on your lids. So for now they are the eyes complete. We will go back to them later on once we've done skin. So moving on to skin, I'm going to go with the e.l.f. Luminous Putty Primer, and we're just going to pop this, just a small amount, over our skin. Gives a nice luminous. Next we're going to go in with foundation, and we're going to use the Studio Fix Fluid, and I have got NC20 and NC30. Now if I've got a tan I will always use the NC30, but recently I've been mixing the two, so it makes the NC30 a little bit lighter. So we're just going to do that. So I've got a little palette here that we got from Primark, and I'm just going going to pop a little bit of the foundation onto here and some of the NC20 like that. Now I do put a lot of foundation on my skin, this is obviously personal preference. So then all we are going to do is get a foundation brush like this. Now I normally just put my foundation on my skin with this sort of brush and then I will pat it in. So we're just going to blend the two colours together. We're going to pop it onto the skin like so. And then what I like to do is I like to go in with a foundation brush, which I'm going to use my Peaches one, so if I can find it. I'm going to use my Peaches PC04 brush, which is this one here. And then for blending this in, I'm going to use the Vitamin E Superdrug Skincare Hydrating Mist. And I just wet my brush. So I like to use a wet brush. Just wet my brush, and then all we're going to do is tap this into the skin. Like so. Patting motions all the way over the skin, just to maximise that coverage. This does dry quite quickly, so you do need to be quite quick with it. Just going to blend this all over the skin. And just be careful around your eyebrows. Obviously you've already done your eyebrows, so you do not want to be going through them with foundation. I'm just going to take this down the neck. So once we've got one coat on, what I like to do is take a damp beauty blender and we're just going to go in with the leftover product and just dab that over the skin. Studio Fix is really buildable, so you're fine to go in with a couple of layers if you need to. Like I've said before, I don't like to put foundation under my eyes because I'm going under with concealer and I have dry eyes, so it can cling and cake up under the eyes. It gives you a really nice even coverage, so I'm just going to take up all that product. I don't want to be wasting any, and just finish patting that all over the skin. It is always better to use a damp beauty blender because then it doesn't soak up all the product and you get a more even finish. Studio Fix is good for any skin tone as well, any skin type, and it's really nice and long lasting. So if you're wanting a long lasting foundation, then this is the one. Okay, so that is your foundation done. So I'm just going to take a wipe and just clean off my hands. Just like to keep my hands nice and clean, obviously because I'm using a lot of products. So then I'm going to go in with the Maybelline Fit Me concealer, and this is in the shade 06. So this one we're just going to take just underneath the eye. I only take it to my darkest part of my eye, which is the inner corner, and then I just take it along the makeup look that we've just done, just to elongate that line, that eye a little bit. Then we're going to take a concealer brush, which is this one. It's the 142 Concealer Buffer from Zoeva. And we're just going to take this and buff it. You want to go underneath the eye as well, just to make sure you've got a nice base for when you put shadow under there later on. And then we're just going to again do this side. And all I do is I take the foundation brush that I've been using and we're just going to pat that into the skin. Now the great thing about Studio Fix is when you put your concealer on and start working your concealer in, it's not going to move the foundation underneath. And we're just going to take a blending brush like this and we're just going to blend that out underneath the eyes and out through the shadow that you've just done. Makes it so much easier to blend. So I touch my face there, I've lost a bit of foundation, so we'll just touch that up and then we're just going to blend that in like so, and that is how it looks underneath the eye. So in order to set all of this, I like to use the Studio Fix powder plus foundation. So this is it here, and then this is it. Obviously I've hit pan with this, I use it all the time. And for this I'm going to take the PC24 from Peaches and Cream and really just pat that onto the skin. Now I tend not to rub the skin with this because again I want to keep some coverage there. So we're trying to pat it into the skin. I'm going to take it just down the neck as well. Obviously onto the forehead. And then I will slightly take this under my eyes as well. It's something I'm very used to and I know it sits nice under my eye. So that is set. So now we need to go in with some bronzer. So I'm going to use the Dark Tan Mineralized Skin Finish Natural, and this is in Dark Tan. Now for this I'm going to take my Doll Beauty, what is the DB2 brush, and we're just going to go into this and we're going to take it just in this sort of shape. So we're going to go slightly onto our temples, down the sides, and we're just going to bring it onto our cheekbones. Now although this is dark tan, it is a good shade for even my skin tone. It's really easy to blend in and you can be really light-handed with it. So if you don't want too much colour, then obviously you can be quite light-handed with it. I like a lot of bronzer, and so I like to put quite a bit on my skin. But it's so nice and the colour is beautiful. And then we're just going to take it up onto our forehead. So you want to put bronzer in the places where you would naturally get the sun. So we're just going to put it on the forehead like this. And then we're going to take our powder brush again and we're just going to blend that. My hair's all sticking to me. It is absolutely roasting. If you don't know, in England we're having a bit of a heat wave at the moment and every day is above 20 degrees. So we are not used to that. So I am sweating right now, which is not good, but at least it shows you that the foundation holds up. So just going to take that there, and then all we're going to do is I like to take a little bit underneath my bottom lip, dark tan, just underneath the bottom lip, like this. And again, we're just going to blend out that colour. So that is how that will look. So then we're going to go in with blusher, and for that I'm going to use the Doll Beauty DB3 brush, which looks like this, and we're going to go in to Melba from MAC. This is beautiful as an eyeshadow as well, just for a flush of colour on the eyes. It's really beautiful. I like to put a bit on my nose, a little bit on my forehead, and that is that bit. So then we're going to go in with highlighter. Now for this I'm going in with, again, Doll Beauty. Big fan. Like to purchase as many products as I can with them because obviously I am going to support them because they are a local brand to me. And their products are absolutely amazing. And then we're just going to spray the PC17 Peaches and Cream brush, which is a beautiful highlighter brush. And we're going to go into both Like a Diamond and Shine Bright. So we're just going to kind of go over both of them. I like to pile this onto my brush. And then we're just going to take it onto my cheekbones. So we're just going to go at the top of them. And I like to take it just onto the arch of the eye, like so. And obviously just take it up, just so it follows that curve, like so. So that is your highlighter. So then I'm just going to take a little bit on the end of my nose and on the bridge of my nose. So we're just going to take it on the top of the forehead here. I do like to glow, as you can probably guess. and just on the cupid's bow. I don't bother with my chin or anything like that, so that is all I do for highlight. And then for lips, we're going to go in with the Morphe lip liner called Makeup Talk. This is absolutely beautiful. It is my ride or die, and we're just going to line our lips like so. And then we're going to go in with the Doll Beauty lipstick bullet, and it's in the shade Get Lippy. It's absolutely beautiful. I love the Doll Beauty lipsticks. I'm just going to highlight that like so. So then just to finish the eyes off, we're going to go back in with a couple of these colours. We're going to go back in with the same eyeshadow colours, and we're going to take the first one, which is going to be the Mochaccino colour. We're just going to take that underneath the eye. Obviously get rid of any excess of this. Oh, I nearly dropped my palette. And then we're just going to run this underneath the eye, like so. And then all we're going to do is use a really, really small brush. So if I can find another small detail brush. So we're going to go in with this one that we used to blend the deeper colour. We're just going to blend that up slightly. And I'm just going to go in with Sugar and Spice. And again, take that under. Okay, so that is the under eye done. Really nice, really easy. Then we're just going to go in with a little bit of mascara, which this is the NARS Climax mascara. This is a small one that I got in a subscription box. I don't put an awful lot of mascara on because I'm putting lashes on anyway. So that is that. And then for lashes, we are going to go in with the Jasmine lashes from Doll Beauty. These are already cut down to my size. Always check the lashes before you glue them to make sure they're going to fit you. 9 times out of 10 you'll need to cut down lashes, no matter what brand they are really. So we're going to use Duo glue to put our lashes on with, and we're just going to glue them up now. Okay, and let them get slightly tacky while I do the other one. We're just going to set these on our actual lashes. So lashes can take just a little bit of time. You'll have good lash days, bad lash days. I have them all the time. Even though I'm so used to putting lashes on, don't always go on as I want them to. Okay, so they are the lashes on. So that is the eyes complete. So lastly, we're just going to use the Morphe Continuous Setting Mist. Just going to pop that all over our skin just to set the makeup. So that is the finished look. Thank you so much for watching my video. I know that my makeup tutorials are a little bit long at the moment, but I am trying to get them down as much as I can. So if you like what you see, please subscribe to my channel, like this video, and make sure you hit the notification bell to be notified of any future uploads. But until the next time, you look after you. Take care.